Before you decide what the story means and before you allow the comment sections to tell you what to think, stay with me until the very end, because what started as a simple follow turned into a series of moments so unexpected, so layered that fans across the world are now asking the same question: is this coincidence, curiosity, or something much deeper? And by the time you reach the final scene, you may see this entire situation in a completely different light. It began quietly. No dramatic announcement. No official statement. Just a subtle notification that Miles Wei had followed Shen Yue. In the fast-moving world of entertainment, that might seem small, almost meaningless. But to fans who analyze every digital move, it was the spark that lit a wildfire. Within minutes, screenshots spread across fan pages. Comment sections filled with theories. Some called it harmless. Others called it intentional. The timing made it impossible to ignore, because this was not the first time their paths had crossed unexpectedly. Just days before the follow, fans had noticed Miles Wei appearing at the same private industry gathering where Shen Yue was also present. There were no photos of them together, but sharp-eyed attendees pointed out that he arrived shortly after she did and left not long after she exited. Coincidence, perhaps. But then another moment surfaced. A fashion brand event in the city center. Shen Yue walked the carpet, glowing under flashing cameras, her smile calm and poised. Moments later, Miles Wei appeared wearing a tailored dark suit. Reporters did not place them side by side, yet fans noticed something subtle in the background of one clip. As Shen Yue turned to greet the press, Miles stood several steps away, watching quietly before shifting his gaze when cameras moved in his direction. The clip went viral. Not because of anything dramatic, but because of the atmosphere. There was a stillness, a tension that felt unspoken. Online debates intensified. Was he simply attending the same public events? Was he supporting mutual industry friends? Or was there a quiet interest forming behind the scenes? Then came the airport sighting. Late evening. Minimal staff. A small group of fans waiting beyond security barriers. Shen Yue walked through wearing casual clothing and headphones. Minutes later, Miles Wei appeared in the same terminal. Different flight gates, but close enough to spark speculation. When asked casually by a fan if he was traveling for work, he smiled and gave a brief nod but offered no details. The narrative grew. Repeated appearances. A sudden social media follow. Shared locations within short time frames. None of it confirmed anything, yet all of it created momentum. But the most mind-blowing scene happened during a live broadcast for a drama promotion event. Shen Yue was answering questions about future projects. Her tone was light, her responses focused. Suddenly, a notification tone echoed faintly from her phone resting on the table beside her. She glanced down briefly and paused almost imperceptibly before continuing her sentence. Viewers later zoomed into the clip. According to fans analyzing frame by frame, the notification appeared to be from Miles Wei interacting with one of her posts. Whether that detail was accurate remains unconfirmed, yet the reaction online was explosive. Miles Wei did not address the rumors directly. Instead, he posted a calm photo of himself at a cafe with a simple caption about focusing on work and growth. But fans noticed something again. The cafe interior matched a location Shen Yue had once mentioned as her favorite quiet escape in the city. Speculation turned into obsession. Some supporters began romanticizing the situation, imagining a slow unfolding connection hidden beneath public schedules. Others urged caution, arguing that repeated appearances do not equal intention. Amid the noise, Shen Yue remained composed. She continued attending events, promoting her projects, smiling gracefully, never acknowledging the growing buzz. Yet those watching closely claimed her demeanor had subtly shifted. A little more reserved. A little more aware of every surrounding glance. Industry insiders whispered that overlapping schedules in the entertainment world are common. The circle is smaller than it appears. Shared stylists, shared managers, shared production teams can create unplanned intersections. Still, the pattern fascinated fans. One late-night post from Miles Wei added fuel to the conversation. A scenic photo captioned, "Sometimes timing decides everything." Within seconds, comment sections flooded asking if the message was about Shen Yue. He did not clarify. And perhaps that silence is what made the story grow larger. Because in an industry where everything is curated, silence feels intentional. The real twist, however, came from a backstage moment at an awards rehearsal. According to staff present, Shen Yue was rehearsing her walk when Miles Wei entered from the side corridor. They paused briefly.
No dramatic gestures.
No visible conflict. Just a quiet exchange of a few words and a polite nod before continuing in opposite directions. Someone described it as respectful yet charged. That description alone sent fans into a frenzy. What are they saying to each other? Is there history we do not know? Is this the beginning of something, or simply two professionals navigating the same spotlight? The truth remains layered beneath speculation. What is undeniable is that a simple follow turned into a series of repeated crossings that fans could not ignore. Every appearance built upon the last, creating a narrative that lives between possibility and projection. In the world of fame, perception often becomes louder than reality. Miles Wei following Shen Yue might be nothing more than digital courtesy. Or it might signal a connection quietly forming away from cameras. The repeated appearances might be coincidence, shaped by overlapping careers. Or they might be intentional steps towards something unfolding privately. Until one of them speaks directly, the story belongs to interpretation. And that is what keeps everyone watching. So now the question is yours to answer. Are these repeated moments pure coincidence, shaped by a small entertainment circle, or is there something quietly evolving behind the scenes that we are only beginning to witness? Stay alert. Watch closely. Because in this industry, the smallest action can lead to the biggest revelation, and the next unexpected appearance might confirm what fans have been debating all along. The days after the repeated sightings of Miles Wei near Shen Yue turned the internet upside down. Fans were dissecting every photo, every video, every public appearance, trying to find a hidden meaning in what might have been ordinary coincidence. Each new post or clip seemed to add fuel to the fire, and suddenly every shared location felt like a puzzle to solve. Insiders revealed that behind the cameras the atmosphere was calm, yet noticeably cautious. Staff and close associates claimed that Miles Wei was professional, polite, and respectful during every interaction with Shen Yue. There was no confrontation, no tension, only the quiet awareness of how closely fans were watching. One particularly mind-blowing moment came when a casual social media interaction appeared. A simple like on a post or a brief comment caused massive online speculation. Fans debated the intention behind every digital move, some reading into timing, emojis, and phrasing. Every detail was analyzed frame by frame, minute by minute. It was like a real-life thriller unfolding in slow motion. Shen Yue, meanwhile, continued her appearances with grace and focus, seemingly unaffected by the storm online. Yet subtle observers noted a shift in her expressions, a little more reserved, a little more measured in public interactions. She was aware, conscious of the eyes following every step, but determined to stay professional and composed. Even so, the narrative online continued to escalate. Headlines questioned whether this was coincidence, a budding friendship, or something more. Reaction videos and commentary channels exploded with theories. The story was no longer just about a follow or a shared location. It had become a lesson in perception, fandom intensity, and the power of speculation in the modern celebrity world. The most fascinating part? Neither Miles Wei nor Shen Yue had publicly confirmed anything. Their silence, their careful professionalism, only made the story grow bigger. Every new post, every subtle movement, every shared frame of the same event was now treated as evidence, analyzed endlessly by millions who refused to look away. And so the cycle continues. Each appearance fuels curiosity. Each interaction sparks discussion. And while the world waits for clarity, the story remains alive, intense, and utterly compelling. The question now is simple. Will the next encounter finally reveal the truth behind these repeated appearances, or will it only add another layer to a mystery that has already captivated millions? Fans are watching, waiting, and speculating, and the next chapter may arrive when no one expects it.